Routines make you productive. They make you form habits that are going to make you more money. They're going to save you headaches in the long run, and ultimately stress and anxiety, because you have formed habits from establishing certain routines, so that it's one less thing you have to think about. Forming routines then creates habits, which then locks the behavior into your brain, so that, like I said, you don't have to think about it, you just automatically do it. And as soon as you break that routine, then all of a sudden your brain doesn't know what to do anymore, and the habit gets disrupted. So, quick examples of some routines that I have that have made me more profitable because it makes me more productive, meaning I'm not wasting any time, or minimal time, because of these things. For one thing, I purchased an extra spool, an extra trimmer string spool, so that I can restring it. And have it in my truck, so that whenever I run out of string, I just pop the old one out, put this one in, it's already wound, ready to go. It takes a matter of like 10 to 15 seconds, depending on how quick I feel that day. But the routine that I created is, every day that I come home from work, the empty spool is sitting on the seat or the floor of my truck. Actually, specifically, it's on the floor of my passenger seat in my truck. And every time I get my stuff out of my truck, I see this empty spool. So I restring it at the when I get home, and that is my routine. So this way, it's ready to go for the next day. For some reason, if I get distracted, like my kids come out or my wife comes out, says hi, talks to me for a little while, and I don't see this empty one, if it's empty at all. Sometimes I go a whole day without emptying it. Just depends on how much trimming and edging I have to do. But if I do, if it needs to be restrung and I get distracted, I don't see it, and then I forget to do it, because now that habit has been messed up, because the cue has been disrupted. So then the next day, I end up running out, and I go to get this, and it's empty. When I run out of string, I realize that I didn't restring it, so it takes a little bit longer to restring it and then swap it out than just to swap it out, obviously. So, and again, we're not talking like, it doesn't take me 5 minutes to restring the trimmer head or the spool or anything, but it's still a couple of minutes or a minute, whatever, that adds up. But what's more important is it breaks my rhythm. It breaks my routine. So that's just one of my examples, but there's many of other examples out there. I mean, Johnny Moe, and I'm sure a lot of other guys in the business that do the same thing. Like he told us on one of his videos that he wakes up early in the morning and gets started doing maintenance on his equipment out in his garage and everything, and in his trailer. So that's his routine, and by doing that, it creates the habit of doing it. And if for some reason he gets off to a late start that day and he's rushing and he doesn't do any of that in the morning, then something might go wrong during the day. He might have needed to grease something and didn't, because he was rushing, and all of a sudden now he messed up a wheel or whatever particular grease point that's for. Just for one example. I mean, there's many things that can go wrong with your equipment if you don't maintenance it. Oil, filter, all that kind of stuff. So if he forgets to do any of that, or anybody forgets to do those things, and that was part of your routine of checking every morning to make sure everything's good, then you will miss something potentially. So that's the routine. If you do that routine, then it's going to keep all of your equipment in the best shape it can be, and you won't lose time, which is money, by having to stop in the middle of the day and fix it potentially, or take it to the shop for them to fix it, depending on how serious it is. So just a few routines there of examples. I feel routines form habits, and that makes you more profitable because you don't forget to do certain things that might hurt you in the long run and create extra stress and anxiety in your day, which will also slow you down and get you in a spiral, negative mindset, spiraling downhill. So you just want to stay positive and create as many routines as you can. So comment below what your routines are that keep you productive and efficient. Thanks for watching. To follow me on Periscope at Lawn Care Rookie.